because last year she actually made a joke, and I was too scared to laugh because I didn't want to get yelled at. So she's got a tight schedule, so we got to respect her time. From there, we go to the Capitol. We'll do a tour inside the Capitol, go inside the rotunda. It's a pretty cool tour. We will do that. From there, we go to the Smithsonian's. We will have time at the Smithsonian's. We were going to do the Library of Congress, but due to time, the kids like the Smithsonian's more than they like the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress, we actually didn't get to go into the actual library section. So really, they just walk into a building. It's cool, I'll admit that, but the Smithsonian's have a bigger impact, I think, on these guys. So we'll spend some more time there. Then we go to the Holocaust Museum. This is where respect is of the utmost importance, okay? I have never been to the Holocaust Museum when there hasn't been a Holocaust survivor present at the museum. And you can actually go up, talk to them, ask them questions, okay? So it's a very impactful, very moving place. They did a great job with it. From there, we go to the Stephen F. Uberhazy Center. This is, if you've ever been to D.C. and you've been to the Air and Space Museum, you've been to the bad one. This one is incredible. The actual space shuttle is in the museum. The Enola Gay, the plane that dropped the first atomic bomb, is in there, the actual plane, and many other planes. It's just a humongous hangar that's loaded with airplanes. So it's a pretty cool spot. It's very close to the hotel, which we'll return after that. Get ready for the dinner dance. So with the dinner dance, what we decided is we're going to dress up a little bit, okay? So we don't have to dress like we're going to the prom. In fact, we kind of discourage that. I would say, I mean, for females, I'm not quite sure, but for guys, I would say what I have on right now is the minimum, okay? So at least wear a shirt with a collar, okay? I know for some of you dress up, you're like me, right? You're looking to say my t-shirt has no holes, it's dressed up. But no, wear a shirt with a collar at least, okay? It'll be a good time, it'll be fun. We have a DJ, there's a buffet there as well. It'll be a blast. Also, there's an important dance competition as well, which last year, there really wasn't much of a competition. To be honest with you, there wasn't much the first year either because Bus 1 just blew everybody away. So, but there will be a dance competition. And then the next morning, wake up bright and early, breakfast at the hotel, and then on the way home, we hit Fort McHenry, which is in Baltimore, okay? We'll go to Fort McHenry. We'll be able to tour the grounds, go into the fort. It's pretty awesome. You get a good look at Baltimore Harbor. So it's a pretty cool spot. So we'll hit that, and then we head home. We should be at HBMS, I would say, probably around 8:30 or 9. We will have your kids call you or text you when we're probably 2 hours away, okay? And then we'll have them maybe give you updates when we're a half hour away, okay? That way you know this is your last night of freedom. You can go out to dinner one more time, and then they're home, okay? So, few things. Spending money. I would recommend, if it were me, it all depends what you want to buy. Most kids like to buy a sweatshirt, which we'll be able to get you the sweatshirts for about 25 bucks. Do not buy them in the mall. You're going to get the same exact sweatshirt in the mall, and it's going to cost you probably double. It's probably about 45, 48 bucks. So don't buy it when we go to the mall day one. Wait, and there'll be stands outside the Smithsonian museums. All right, so cell phones. So this year we've done, I think, a pretty good job with cell phones, you guys. So cell phones and earbuds. The trip down, use them. Once we get to DC, once we get to the Pentagon City Mall, the cell phone turns into a camera and a watch, and your earbuds are gone, okay? If you have your cell phone out and you're texting while somebody is talking, being the tour guide that we have on the bus, your cell phone will get taken away, okay? If you can, you'll be given it back as we get to a place where you can take pictures. If you're someone who is a continuous person that we have to talk to, we're going to take your cell phone away until we leave Fort McHenry, okay? Because we need to be respectful to the tour guide that's there, And if you're walking down anywhere in DC texting, you're gonna get ran over by somebody who's either on a scooter, somebody who's jogging. So we gotta be mindful that it's a lot busy than Hollis and Brookline. There are multiple street lights, okay? So we need to make sure that we are always conscious about what's going on around us, okay? When we walk down a sidewalk, we don't own the sidewalk, we stay to the right, because there's other people that are coming, and there may be some people that aren't too nice. We want to avoid them. We want to make this a pleasant trip for everybody, okay? So make sure they are away. You can obviously, in your room, you can use your cell phone as you'd like. You can use your earbuds as you'd like, but I would keep the earbuds in the room. The dress code is the school dress code. So where we go, you don't have to dress up nice every day, but we ask that you don't wear ripped jeans. There are certain places that you are not allowed to wear crop tops. Sorry, guys. So literally the Capitol building, if you have a crop top, they're going to ask you to leave. If you're at Arlington National Cemetery and you have a crop top, they're going to ask you to leave. Okay? One thing that we can do to prevent that is I looked at the weather forecast today, and it's going to be, I think it said a high of 46 on Tuesday, so I wouldn't wear a crop top. On Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 55. Okay? You can dress comfortably on the way down. The first day that we're there, we're going to go to the mall. But then we're going to go to a memorial. We got to dress with a little bit of respect at memorials. And then we're going to go to several other memorials that night. So make sure that if you want to dress comfortably, that's fine. But keep in mind, I would not wear ripped jeans. I would not wear crop tops. And make sure that you don't wear any shirts that have anything that is offensive on it. Okay? Same thing that applies here. Hats, there'll be times when you can wear hats. There'll be times when you can't. Memorial, you should not have a hat on. So when we get to places, you'll see as we unload the buses, we'll say no hats, no backpacks, or whatever it might be. Or you can wear hats, you can wear backpacks. Okay? So we will do that. Let's see. So when we go to museums, what's going to happen is when we go into a museum, your chaperone will tell you, all right, you're going to meet me right here at this time, at this place, at such and such a time. Do not be late, okay? Because if you're late, you hold up the entire bus from moving on to the next museum. When we're in the museum, we're all in there together. You do not have to tour with your chaperone, because your chaperone may want to see different things that you see, but you have to be with at least one person at all times. If we find you by yourself, whether it's in the hotel, whether it's anywhere that we're touring, if you're by yourself, your partner for the rest of that day at least will be your chaperone. So wherever the chaperone goes, you will go. Okay? So always stick with a buddy. Make sure everybody has somebody, and we'll be okay. So let's see. So medical updates. So Mr. West mentioned if somebody's sick in the morning, please do not come. If you have somebody that has motion sickness, have them take Dramamine with breakfast. Don't have them bring Dramamine on the bus. They cannot bring any medication of any kind with them on the bus unless it's been cleared by the nurse. Okay? If someone is taking medication, if they have to take medication in the morning, the afternoon, or the nighttime, we have 2 medical personnel that are going to take care of that. They'll work out times with your student as to exactly when that will be that they'll get it. If it's in the morning, chances are it'll either be at breakfast or they can go to the room and get it. But again, if you go to a medical person's room, make sure somebody is with you in the hotel. Because we don't know everybody who's in the hotel, so we got to make sure everybody's safe. So if you have any medication that you need to bring in for your student, you need to make sure that that medication is in to the school nurse by the end of the day tomorrow. Okay? Don't have your student bring it in the day of, because they're not allowed to have it. Everything needs to get cleared through the school nurse. That way she can communicate it to the medical personnel on the bus so everything can be taken care of. There's no time on Monday to take care of any of that. Okay? So if you look the page right after the itinerary is the packing list. This is a suggested packing list. This is not the exact packing list you have to take. As of right now, it does not look like it's going to rain, but I would bring something with you just in case it does. Obviously, we'll look at the weather forecast as we're down there and communicate that with everybody. I would definitely recommend a light jacket or a sweatshirt because it will not be warm while we're down there. Personal toiletries, toothpaste, obviously, toothbrush. I would recommend maybe shampoo because the hotel usually gives you one bottle. Mr. Schmidt and I will be fine in our room, but the rest of you, right, might need a little bit more than just that little bottle. Okay? Deodorant, please. And you may even want to bring that with you on the bus. So every day, because if it does get a little bit warm, right, we'll all maybe get a little stinky as the day goes on, so it's not a bad thing to put a little more deodorant on. I will. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, bring a cell phone charger. Okay? For those of you bringing cell phones, the biggest thing with this packing list, there's people that are saying, can we bring video game consoles, which is a no, but can we bring this, can we bring that? The basic rule is bring with you what you're willing to lose. Because if you turn your bus captain and say, I left my cell phone at that museum that we were at, we can't go back, so it's gone, okay? So make sure that you only bring what you're willing to lose. Don't bring anything that is extremely valuable, even if you leave it in the hotel, okay? There are people that work at the hotel. They probably won't be cleaning your rooms on a daily basis. That's your job. But they will, there's people at a hotel, every hotel you go to that has access to your room. So you just want to make sure you don't leave stuff in there that's valuable that could get stolen, okay? So that's with the packing list. So you can look through there. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. I would, it's tough to say, but if it were me, I would bring something fun to do on the bus that's not electronic. One thing that we can do as well, every bus has a DVD player. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a little circle thing. Yeah, it has movies on it. And several TVs. There's probably 8 TVs throughout the bus, so we can watch movies on the bus. So what we would ask, every bus would ask, that if you guys have any good movies that are on DVDs, bring them. What we do is we put it to a vote on the bus. Whatever people on the bus want to watch, we watch, as long as it's not pitch perfect. What's that? Yeah, every movie has to be PG-13 or younger. So no rated R movies, they all have to be PG-13 or younger, okay? If there's a rated R movie brought on the bus, it's not going to get watched, plain and simple, okay? So on the trip, we will have, every bus has snacks, and thank you very much for everybody who has donated snacks, who has donated water. I put a plea out to a few of my classes the other day that we're running low on water, and we got a ton of water since then, okay? If anybody wants to donate more water, by all means, I mean, we'll take it, but I think we're in half decent shape now. So we have snacks that kids can get throughout the day. They have water that they'll have access to throughout the day. I would not recommend bringing like a Stanley or whatever the new water bottle fad is. If it's metal, you won't be able to go in to places with it. You can leave it on the bus. You can definitely have it for the bus ride down, the bus ride back. But just keep in mind that those water bottles, it's going to slow us down everywhere we go. So we will hand them a plastic clear water bottle, which you'll be allowed to bring that in where you go. Okay? So, good? All right. Any questions? Anybody? Questions? Questions? Go ahead. What do you got? If it's a plastic water bottle, it could get through security. I would not bring one with any metal. So the question was, does it have to be just a little plastic one? If you have a clear one, it could probably make it through. Yes? What's that? Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to mention them. That way no one would know. So there's a little office in the back of every bus, the back left. That bathroom is for emergencies only, okay? At the beginning, I said that we go with safety and respect. Respect is you got to respect every single person on your bus. What goes in that toilet stays in that toilet until that bus gets back to the bus depot in like Sunapee, New Hampshire, okay? So if you go to the bathroom on day one in that bus, regardless of what you do, you will stink up the bus. So we got to get a little bladder control. We stop every 2.5, 3 hours. So we should be able to hold it in for a little bit. I know we got a lot of small bladders in here, but we got to be able to hold it in because, again, it's respect for everybody on that bus. On the way home, once we leave Fort McHenry, depending on your bus captain, they may say, if you got to go, go. Okay? But on the way down, and you definitely won't be able to have to go while we tour. While we tour, we're out of the bus way more than we're in it. But yeah, with that bathroom, it is literally emergencies only. Okay? Thank you. Any other questions? What do you got? Leave the cologne at home. Any other questions? Sorry, hold on. Any good questions? Oh, go ahead. Yeah, so you can, but keep this in mind, okay? You got to only bring what you can carry upstairs, and if you get sick the next day because you had too much sugar, not enough sleep, you own it, not us. So the question was, can we bring soda? You can bring snacks with you. I would recommend you bring snacks on a bus, especially those of you who have certain food allergies, can't eat certain things, bring your own snacks. You can eat and drink on the bus as long as the bus stays clean. Once that bus gets messy, it's done. Any other questions? Yes? Pack lunch for day one, does it have to be nut-free? No, because we will actually, there's a lot of picnic tables outside that we eat at. So I would say bring what you can, what you're allowed to eat. So, yeah. Yep, good question. Backpacks on the bus, can you leave them there while you're touring? Yes, okay? So if you bring a backpack and we say no backpacks, that means at that stop, you can leave your backpack on the bus. Your seat on that bus, you own it. So when you get on the bus on Monday morning, the seat that you pick, that's your seat for the entire trip. You're only to sit with a roommate, and that's it, okay? Yeah, it's basically, it's like an airplane. You have overhead bins as well, so, yeah. Yeah, the question is, will the medical staff have over-the-counter stuff? Advil, Tylenol? Yes, they will. However, you got to make sure that the paperwork has been filled out or it's on file that we are allowed to administer that. Yeah. See, look at this. All right. Any other questions? Yes. Size requirement for luggage, it all depends how strong you are. Yeah. Can you bring a small bag? Yes, but if you bring a small bag, in any bag you bring into any building, they're going to search the inside of the bag. So the more small bags there are, the longer it takes for us to get through. Yes, Rose. You and I will talk tomorrow. Anyone else? Yes. The question is, do we discourage bringing fanny packs and stuff with money and a phone? I mean, I would say wear pants with pockets. It's probably easier that way. That way you can just take it out as you go, because we go through metal detectors everywhere we go. Yeah. Any others? Yes. If they have to check in medication, is there a form they have to fill out? Yes, correct? If someone wasn't paying attention in class. There is a form to fill out, correct, if they have to bring medication. Where do they get that form? It was emailed through Parent Square. And there are extras up here, so when we're done here, you can go check the table over there, the medical table, and they'll get you some. Any other questions? Yes? Bus snacks do not have to be nut-free because we don't have any airborne allergies. However, eat only the snacks that you bring if you have an allergy. That's the safe thing. Any other questions? Anyone? Yes? I would say $50, probably a good amount for cash. Oh, the kids are mad then. Yeah. So, if you have a debit card, that's actually probably better because most places in DC have gone cashless. So if you have a debit card, that's probably the preferred method, which is why we're going the debit card system. We used to give cash for every meal, but now we're going the debit card because of that. Yes. Rowan, you and I will talk tomorrow. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, will they have Apple Pay? I believe last year when we bought sweatshirts, everybody had Apple Pay. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Oh, one more thing. This is a good way to end it, I guess. The Friday we get back is a school day. That's all I have to say about that. So if you have any specific questions, like Rowan, you can come and ask me personally. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you bright and early Monday morning for a fun trip.